Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight, and welcome to our third installation of our Build series, our Build speaker series. If you guys would do me the favor of letting us know where you are watching from, what ministry you're representing. If you would give us some hearts and like and share, well, you can't share this, but tag a sister and make sure that they are joining us on this evening. We're really excited to be with you on tonight. And again, thank you so much for joining. We are in for a treat on tonight in that we have our speaker, Deacon Zenobia Harvey from the Ramp Church, Texas, with us. I'm going to pray and I'm going to do a small introduction of our speaker, and then I'm going to turn it over to her to be able to impart into us and to help us to be better, stronger, wiser. Father, we thank you for this day and we thank you for this opportunity to assemble in your name. We ask, God, that you would be with us even as we are virtual. God, we ask that you would bless our speaker on today, that you would bless every woman that will connect, every woman that will watch this. God, that you would open our ears and our hearts to receive, that we would be stronger, wiser, and better in you. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Well, ladies, the first speaker that we had was that of Pastor Kasha, who spoke to us about partnership. Then we had Evangelist J.E. come on, and she spoke to us on last night about being confident and being a master of our confidence and mastering our days. And then today we have Deacon Zenobia Harvey, who's going to speak to us about a very practical topic, and that topic is credit. And so one thing that we endeavored with this Build speaker series is that we would be able to share and impart on topics that are practical, have practical application to our everyday lives. And so credit is something that we can't escape. And whether you're young, old, or somewhere in the middle, I believe that Deacon Zenobia has some practical tools and information and tips and tricks for us that will help us to be better. For many of us that want to be entrepreneurs, for many of us that want to be homeowners, this is information that's going to bless your life. So I encourage you to get pen and paper, take notes where you can. I also encourage you to ask questions. I'm sure there'll be moments where you can chime in and ask. So ask away. We'll be managing the comment section. And so we want to make sure that you walk away with something tangible and practical that you can apply to your daily living. So to introduce our speaker, we have, again, Deacon Zenobia Harvey from Fort Worth, Texas. She is the proud mother of 4 beautiful children, and she also has the honor of serving as a deacon at her home church, which is the Ramp Church, Texas, where she's been for the last 7 years. Deacon Zenobia is a motivational speaker. She is an author. She has co-hosted an award-winning Women of Power radio show. She is a credit consultant. She is a creative. She has a shoe collection, I believe, called the Zenobia Harvey collection. And she is also the founder of Feel the Heal charity events. And so this is a servant at heart who aims to be a blessing to her community, to her home, and those who are in her environment. And so I pray that you are blessed by what she has to share with us on tonight. Ladies, none other than Deacon Zenobia Harvey. Welcome.
Hey, you guys.
We're so excited and happy to have you. Thank you so much. We are looking forward to what it is that you're going to give us on tonight.
All right, I'm honored and excited to be with OWCI tonight. So yeah, let's hang out, have some fun, learn some things, get empowered, all of that.
Awesome. Well, let's dig in.
Hey, you guys. So, hey, everybody, OWCI. I am, y'all know I get to giggling when I get a little nervous. And then I thought that my banner was going to cover my background, but you get the point. Listen, I'm trying to set the scene up for you guys. Hi to everybody. So I can see you guys. If you guys see me turn this way, it's because I am reading your comments. Hey to everybody at Ramp Church, Texas. I love you guys. OWCI ladies from all across the nation. I am honored to be here to be able to pour into you guys as it relates to credit and some other things. So we're going to have a really good time. I won't hold you long, but my goal is to make sure that you guys leave with some type of something. And when I say some type of something, I don't want you to feel like you're in a college course. Credit can be a thing that overwhelms us. I'm 37 and I just started working on my credit 2 years ago. And so it can definitely be a lot. I am asking that you all have a pen and a paper because I'm going to have you guys to do an assignment at the end, more like a fun assignment. You know, we're gonna step out of character at the end and have a little fun. And so if you guys can do that, I would certainly appreciate it. The name of this portion of the series, just because I wanted to have fun with you guys, is called Credit Queens. You know why? Because we're going to be credit queens when we leave here. We're going to be in control of our credit. We're going to get that in order, and we're going to be able to put ourselves in a position to walk on a car lot, get a car, get a mortgage loan, set our kids up. And so that's the goal for tonight. If you guys have any questions, I can kind of read. I don't know. Maybe my computer a little froze. I don't know. Maybe my computer a little froze. But even at the end or afterwards, if you guys have any questions, you can always inbox me. You guys know how to reach me. And so today we are talking about the 6-letter word that has the most impact in your life for the rest of your life. And so I want to kind of give like a little funny story about credit before I actually tell you what it is. Before I do that, because I got my notes going back and forth. Before I do that, I want for you guys, and I'll give you maybe like 30 seconds, and probably not even that much, but I want you to type in the comment section, what's a 1-year goal that you have? Now, I know that is so like out of nowhere, and you're like, what are you talking about? I got a 1-year goal. I don't even know about a 1-week goal. It's okay. So like, if you could right now have a 1-year goal, what would that 1-year goal be? And you guys go ahead and list it in the comments. It could be to maybe get a home. My 1-year goal is to be in a home, but maybe, read a certain amount of books or something like that. I know it's far. It can be overwhelming. It's 12 months, but it's okay because we're going to set a goal before we leave. All right. And then my expectation is for you guys to be able to take that goal and to apply it. All right. Apply it, run with it, all of that. So the funny thing about credit, the 6-letter word, but the biggest word that's going to impact your life. I was talking to this guy who was over this youth organization that I was teaching. And he said, you know what credit reminds me of? I said, what? He said, toilet paper. I said, how credit remind you of toilet paper? He said, well, that's why I bought toilet paper. He said, I actually sell toilet paper. And for me, I didn't understand, like, you think about COVID and stuff like that, toilet paper ran out. People needed that, right? He said, that's the exact point. He said, I invested in toilet paper. He said, because just like credit, you'll always need it. And that is so true. You will always need credit. I don't care how much cash you got in your pocket, honey. You need credit to get some things done in life. And honestly, why would you want, a large bank account with no credit? Can we not have a large bank account with great credit and have options? Boop, that's the goal. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Point one, and points, they seem so like scripted to me, like educational, but I just have to say it because I have to get you guys to write it down. Come on, Holmes. I can see you guys talking right there, Holmes, and all of that. It'll come. It'll come. It'll come. So jumping back into it, what is credit? Now, as it pertains to credit and scores and things of that nature, there is a lot that can come with it. It can be very overwhelming with the verbiage, all of that. So I'm just going to read the definition of credit, and then I'll break it down a little bit so then that way you can kind of understand it differently. So credit is the ability to borrow money or access goods or services with the understanding that you'll pay later. That's it. That's all that credit is. You say you borrow, you pay later. I give you money, you pay me back, right? So I'll kind of tie it into our kids class because we teach them a quote, and that quote is basically, do what you say and say what you'll do. Do what you say. And that's out, even outside of credit. That's just in life itself. But do what you say and say what you'll do. And so that means keeping your word that you're going to pay back this money that I loan you. That's how you build credit, right? And this is how you build good or bad credit. So let's see. we always teach the kids a smaller amount, but let's just say, you know, you got a homegirl, you got a friend, and Ann comes to you on a Monday and say, hey, you know, hey, Ashley, I really need to borrow $50. I'll pay you back on Friday. Ashley's gonna say, okay, you know, I trust you, Ann. Well, you know, we're starting out, you know, on the right path. So I'm gonna give you this $50. However, I have an expectation for you to return this money on Friday because that's what you said that you'll do. So, you know, the days go by and then Friday comes, you know, Ann is looking for Ashley, you know, or whichever, you know, Ann is looking for Ashley. Where's my $50? And so she never shows. She never gives the money. What does that mean? That means at that moment, at that time, she has now created bad credit for herself. Why? Because she didn't honor her word. That's basically what credit is. She did not keep her word, and so now she owes this $50. Now here's another portion of that. So Ann comes back the next week, and she, you know, she's back in a bind again. Hey, can I borrow $30? So Ashley's gonna say no. I don't trust you. I can't loan you any more money because you still owe me. But you know what I can do? If I do loan it, now I'm going to add interest because I need to charge something a little extra for you to pay me. So then that's where interest is added. You still have bad credit, right? Because she didn't honor her word. She didn't keep her word. Now, if we switch that and she comes on that Friday and she would have paid that $30, then bam, that creates good credit. That means that if she comes back the next week and say, hey, can I borrow $50? There's going to be no issue at all with borrowing that money. Why? Because you paid this money back. And so that's really what the world of credit is. It is an honor system. Can I trust you? Can I believe you that if I give this to you, you're going to give it back to me? And that's basically what it is. So I'm going to kind of go over some points with you guys outside of that. I hope you guys will honor your word moving forward, not only with your credit, but with people, because it's very, very important. We don't want bad credit with people. I'm so sorry, you guys. Let me take this watch off. I'm fidgeting and I don't need to. A little nervous, but it'll be okay. So point number 2, we are going to talk about credit scores, scoring systems. But before we do, I'm going to introduce you to your 3 new best friends. I know you got homegirls. I know you got people that you grew up with, but nobody is more important than these 3 people. These are your 3 new best friends. These are what we call the 3 bureaus: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You need to make sure you're in good with your 3 new best friends. And so the reason why I call them 3 best friends is because a lot of times people, with me dealing with credit repair, a lot of people are not aware of what the 3 bureaus are. And it's absolutely okay. And sometimes it can be hard to remember. Some people actually think that they only have 1 credit score. And so I asked a lot when I asked people, I said, hey, you know, what's your credit score? And they'll say, you know, 540. And I said, what are the other ones? And they'll say, that's the only one. Well, I'm here to teach you, if you've never known that, you have 3 scores. You have 3 different scores, and they're not always the same. They're different scores. So if you are at home, we're in class today, people. We're in class. I want for you to say Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Give yourself a hand clap. These are your 3 new best friends. I can hear you through social media. It's okay. Elder Kelly, I know she back there. I seen her comment. But yeah, these are your 3 best friends. These are where your scores come from. They're very, very important because these are the friends that gather all of your information and report them. They report everything. They know your social. They know your date of birth. They know where you live. They know where you work, all of that. They have so much information on you. And so you definitely want to be careful when people have that much information on you. Don't be handing out your information like that. Keep it tight. But no, so for Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, they're very, very important because this is where your credit scores come from. This is where things are reported. Collections. When I say collections, let's just say maybe you had electricity bill or something and you couldn't pay, and you know they cut your lights off. That bill goes into collection. Now you owe that. Now that's on your credit. That's bad credit. Why? Because you didn't honor your word and pay it. Now you owe it, and it's reported to those 3 bureaus or your 3 best friends. That's where it's reported to. Let's just say, even for active accounts. When I say active, and pause through this, I'm gonna always kind of pause and break down what I'm saying, because I have come to learn that sometimes certain words you may not be familiar with that, and it's absolutely okay. what was I saying? What was I saying? Three best friends, three best friends bureaus. Oh, as far as the things that they report. So if you have an active account is basically an account that you're paying on right now. So let's just say you have a phone bill and you're late on that phone bill. Maybe, your funds went a little low or whatever, and you couldn't pay that bill on time. They now report that to your three homegirls, boom, and let them know, hey, she didn't pay on time. She 30 days late. And so you eventually pay, right? But it's too late because by that time now it's on your report and it's considered a negative. And you know what happens? That goes against you. Even though you paid at the end, you just didn't honor your word and pay on the date that you were supposed to. So yeah, always remember them. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. So I'm going to take you into what credit scores are. When you deal with the three bureaus, which are your three best friends, they gather all of this information. When they gather all of this information, they're like three family members, but they operate a little bit differently. They judge a little bit differently. And then let's just say there are some companies that don't report to all three of them. Hence the reason why there are three different bureaus. That's why scores are different, because sometimes companies don't report to all three of them. But we have a scoring system, and these scoring systems are by your two new cousins, which is FICO and Vantage. I need you guys to look that up. FICO and Vantage. FICO was created around 1989 to help your scores. These are who report your scores to like the lenders and things of that nature. Vantage does the same thing. Vantage was a company that came in, running at the beginning of like the 2000s, that the bureau created and say, hey, we want to put another company out there to report numbers. So this is how they report them. I hope you guys can see that. So this is what we're called credit score factors. This is how they report your information. Payment history, and they go by percentages. And if you can't see that, y'all, listen, I promise it's okay. You can Google when you get off of here. Everything is on the internet. And so, bam, that's how I got that. But there's payment history, the capacity used, those for like credit cards and stuff like that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Your credit history, have you been paying on this bill for 1 year, or has it been for 10 years? All of that goes into effect. The types of credit used. Past credit applications, that's basically inquiries. Inquiries is when you keep applying for stuff, you just don't need to do it. But they judge all of that. So, side note, need for you guys to write this down as it pertains to these two new cousins that you have, which is FICO and Vantage. You always want the FICO score. You always want the FICO score. So, I've learned over my time that when you go to a car dealerships, unfortunately, people are not always the nice, or they don't think that you know certain things, but you guys are going to know leaving this live. So when you go to the car dealership, they got to pull your credit and your scores and stuff like that, right? Well, a lot of them won't know that you know the difference between the FICO and Vantage. FICO scores always report the higher score. So the next time you go apply for something and they pull your credit, say, I need for you to pull the FICO score. You have the right to say that. I need for you to pull my FICO score. My FICO score is the highest score. It's not that deep, y'all. It's literally just two different businesses, FICO and Vantage, and they both report scores. FICO just report higher. I promise it's not deep at all. I don't want y'all to be like, what is this? What is this? It's absolutely okay. It's okay. So those are your two cousins. Remember, who are your three best friends? TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. What is credit? Doing what you say and saying what you'll do. So with all of this, I'm going to introduce you to your credit score chart, which I absolutely love. Now, before I put this up, I know that some of you don't want to address this, and it's absolutely okay. Some of us are really scared. It's absolutely fine. We were not taught this when we were kids. We kind of just ran into it. We kind of just got to that 18-year-old mark and start living in apartments, getting repossessions, all that stuff like that. It's absolutely fine. Today, ladies, is the day that you forgive yourself for not knowing about credit. It's absolutely fine. Pat yourself on the back. Why? Because you joined this live. And why? Because you don't know about credit when you leave. And so forgive your parents, forgive your family. Now it is time for you to learn, so then that way you can pour into your children. So then now they can pour into their children, and it's like a generational thing. You are the generational curse breaker, honey. We got to learn some numbers. Let's get to it. Bam. Credit scores. Credit scores. Remember, what did we say? How many credit scores do we have? We have three, and they're reported from who? Your three best friends: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So I don't know if you guys really can see. I may turn down this light a little bit. I try to be pretty sometimes with these lights, but it don't work out like that. It's absolutely fine. So here are your credit scores. Simple, real simple. If you have, now the lowest credit score you can have is a 300. The highest is a 850. What's the lowest? 300. What's the highest? 850. I'm sorry, y'all teach kids all the time, and it's a repeat method. We got to know this. What's the low? 300. What's the high? 850. Oh, who your three best friends? TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, two scoring systems, FICO, Vantage. Boom. Anyways, but the bad credit scores are 300 to 620. A fair credit score, which is actually quite normal, right here, you have 621 to 680. Now I know you're saying to yourself, wait, that's a lot. 680 is a lot. You know what? It actually really is. It really is. Then you have 681 to 730. Come on, Green, because that's where we get into the money with the credit score. That is good. 730 and up is basically great credit. It goes all the way up to 850. I'm going to tell you guys, this is why you should not be embarrassed about where your score is. The majority of people that I come across are here. Scoot the finger out. They're about an average 550. I started out 2 years ago with the score of a like 518, 508. Don't be embarrassed. You know, I was a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I was, because I didn't know what was tied into it. But the reason why I'm saying don't be embarrassed about this is because I promise you, I deal with credit repair. A lot of people come in at that mid 500 mark. I've even seen some come in at 400. But the only thing that's holding you back at this point is you. It's not your credit score, because now you're able to work on it. So let's just accept the fact of where we are. Why? Because we ain't staying stuck there. We call to, go higher a little bit, a lot of bit. But anyways, this is the scores. These are your scores. And so if you have a 730 and above, which is actually great credit, that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to tell you this, with people that have great credit. I can't even see y'all on the screen no more. My computer done shut off. But it's okay, because I couldn't see comments. That's all right. But listen, the thing about people with excellent and great credit, people, like, they idolize them. It's like, oh, I want to get there. Yeah, you want to get there, but then you got to maintain it. You got to maintain, stand above. I was there. I ain't quite there no more. You know why? Because I wasn't disciplined in some areas of my life. And that's why I want to get you guys at. So remember, 300 to 620 is bad. Don't feel bad. We're going to get past that. Then you have fair, 621 to 680. Good, 681 to 730. Excellent, 730 and above. These numbers are going to determine whether you get a car loan, a mortgage loan, or you're going to get a tote to note down the street, and maybe an ice cream cone. You're probably ain't going to get an ice cream cone if you got 300, but I'll help you. I'll help you. So we're going to go to 0.3. I think I said 0.2 out loud, but if I didn't, it's okay. 0.3, just write that down. I am going to introduce you guys to some credit hacks. So the reason why I showed you these scores is because wherever you are, you see that little dial, whatever that is, we're about to go up. I don't care if you're down here. We're about to go up. Why? I'm about to give you some credit hacks. Credit hacks is basically you hacking into the credit system to increase your score. If y'all don't write anything else down, the whole series from me right now, please write these hacks down, because this is how you increase your scores. So the first one, I know we don't want to talk about this because we're a little, we don't have a clear understanding about what this is. You got to get a credit card. If you don't know how to get a credit card, I'm your girl. I can help you get set up with a credit card. Do not believe the saying that if you got a low credit score, you can't get a credit card. Honey, our clients sign up all the time, and I get them hooked up. You need a credit card. Credit card, remember this, credit card is what they call revolving credit. When you think of revolving, it's something that's continuous. It's something that's going to keep going. It's never going to stop, right? Because when you have a mortgage that you pay and you're paying off a mortgage loan, what happens over time? You pay it off. Good job, Lisa. You're not in debt, but now you can no longer get credit for it. Why? Because you paid it off. It's no good. You get a car loan. I'm driving my little Honda. I'm paying off that money. Look, I don't owe y'all no more. But what happens when that loan is paid off? It no longer benefits you. Matter of fact, paid off loans, especially mortgage loans and car loans, they decrease your scores. They really do. But we'll talk about that later, not too far from now. But credit cards are really necessary because they are revolving. They're revolving credit. You can keep a credit card open for the rest of your life. So here's the thing about that. For those that may not have even ever had one, when you get a credit card, they give you a credit limit. A credit limit is literally just an amount that they tell you that you can spend each month, every month, and you have a due date. So let's just say they give you $200. You can spend $200. I'm gonna give you $200 every month. For the most part, people are gonna be like, okay, I'll spend it and I'll pay it back. Now, on the credit card end, that's absolutely fine. Why? Because you doing what you say, and you said what you'll do. You did it. You paid them their money back. Unfortunately, bearer of bad news, that's not good when it comes to your credit scores. It ain't good at all, honey. Not at all. You know why? Because I gave you $200. Now you gave me $200 back, but that's a little iffy to me because you max it to the amount that I gave you. I don't think that you're disciplined enough because you use it. What did you use the entire amount for? I'm trying to listen, y'all. So sometimes I don't understand because credit card company, like the score people, the credit scores and all that, they just operate a different way. It's like, but if you give me the $200 and I pay it back, does that not show for something? The credit card company, woohoo! Yes, it do. But these people right here, your homegirls, your three best friends, they don't want to hear that. No, your usage is too high. So if you have $200 a month, you can only use up to 30% of that card. What does that mean? That means that you can only use $60 a month. We tell our clients, well, these people that have joined our team, we tell our clients, you can't go over 25%. Why? Because you're not going to play with the fine line. Because if you go over 30, if you have 30% on a $200 card or whatever the credit limit is, and you go over 0.1, your scores eat up. Ask me how I know. Ask me, y'all. Ask me people that are not here, but I really want y'all to ask me, but I can't see y'all. Here it is. Zenobia Latrice Harvey. I bragged on my score for a long time on Facebook. I know y'all seen it. I ain't bragged lately, have I? Why? Here it goes. So, credit card. I went over last year, I went over 30.5. I went over 0.5 on a credit card. Now, mind you, that's just a couple of dollars on a $200 card. They dropped my score 17 points. They dropped me 17 points. So when I was posting that I'm up in the 700 club, which I'm still kind of, but they dropped me 17 points for a 0.5. And that's what they do. Now, to you, you're like, why is my score going down? Why? Because you're a risk. You're not disciplined with your funds. You can't manage this amount that I gave you, right? It's unfair, but that's how they operate. Side note, if you can manage a credit card and you have one, if you trust yourself, add your kids on. That's the reason why I got my sign right here, because your kids need to learn about it too. If you have an open credit card and you are really good and you keep your usage down, call your credit card company or your bank, whoever's over that card, and add your kids on there and start building their credit. But that's a side note. Talk to you later about that. Another thing. So, and if you don't have a credit card, you need help, hit me up after this. I can help. I got you. Listen, because we can't just be kingdom women in cute clothes. We gotta have good credit and credit card. Pull out a credit card. Pay your dinner with a credit card. Oh, I got you. Let me pull out my American Express. And you ain't even gotta have that. I'll pull out my Visa and my Capital One. Why? Because it's still a credit card. But anywho, Experian Boost. Experian Boost. So Experian, one of your best friends, they have an app that's absolutely free for you, and they give away free points. The way to do that, I want you guys to write this down for those that don't have it. Write Experian app, absolutely free. They don't charge you nothing. You could be charged if you want all three bureaus, but we ain't doing that right now. I'm trying to make y'all save some money. So you're going to download the app, and if you go to the top corner where the menu bar is, you're going to scroll down. It's going to say Experian Boost. Why? Because I'm about to boost your points up through Experian only, though. Only that one. See, I don't know why she the only homegirl, that want to, give us a little extra, but thank you. So what you do, what that does is once you click Experian Boost, it actually asks you to connect to your bank account. You're going to connect it to the bank account that you pay all of your utilities out of. Not only just utilities, honey. I know a lot of y'all watch Netflix because I follow y'all on Facebook and y'all post, the shows y'all watch. Yes. It gives you free points for Netflix. And so what it does is It logs into your bank account. It don't care about your other spending stuff, so you ain't gotta worry about that. It logs into your bank account, and it actually goes back and it back pays you for your utilities. I had one client, she got a free 57 points. There was another one that had like 12 or 13. That's still a lot. I had like 39. Now, you keep that, and every 3 months, it gives you free points. Now, it won't give you the same amount of points because it's back paid like child support. But that's. Oh, sorry to the child support people. Child support is on your credit too. It's not good. Keep up with child support bills. But anyways, it back pays you. Get it together, Zenobia. It back pays you like child support. And so every 3 months moving forward, it actually gives you credit when you continue to pay your utility bills. The next thing, as I told you, when I said, hey, add your kids as an authorized user, me and Lady Marquita were talking earlier about how her grandmother had a card. I believe her grandmother had a credit card. So an authorized user is basically you being added to somebody's credit card. It helps in a lot of ways. Now, you have to use wisdom when you do this. You want to find somebody that you know, maybe a family member that, you know, how grannies have those gas cards and JCPenney and Macy's and stuff like that. And they got that, you know, they pay their little monthly balance, but the card's been open 10, 15, 20 years. You want to get on that card. Why? Because it has a long history of payments. And what does that mean? That means that you can be, they've been trusted with that credit card. You can be trusted. They don't even have to give you a card. Granny, put me on the card. Auntie, put me on the card. Now, the reason why I say you have to use wisdom with this is because although you get credit for the long history, if Granny and them got a high credit limit, if her card is $5,000 and she up there at 4,000, but she still make her minimum payment a month, that's not good for you. Even if she had the card for 20 years. Why? Because her usage is high. So, side note, check on your granny and your aunties and all of them and see what their limit is. Tell them bring their usage down so you can get on the card, right? So your score go up. The next thing is don't apply for anything if you don't need it. If your car is running and it ain't, but you know it's running, it's getting you from point A to point B, don't go apply for a car loan. Because what they don't tell you is that when you go up there, they send your information to like 10 banks and then bam, your credit is ran 10 times and it's shot. Oh, but they don't tell you that. But now you know, if you ever want to apply for a loan, go through your bank, credit union, or your bank. Don't go to these dealerships. They're going to fool you. They're going to fool you. But don't apply for anything if you don't need it. If you don't need a credit card, don't do it. If you don't need a whatever, don't apply. You don't need Victoria's Secret cards all the time. Put it down. Hit yourself. Don't do that. Next thing, try to have at least 3 credit cards. That's I consider that a hack. Our clients, they have to leave with 2 credit cards when they get off the program. They have to have that 3 credit cards. You rolling. You know what I'm saying? You use one for gas. You got one assigned to some bills and stuff like that because it's revolving. You want to build up that. Another thing is pay off collections. Anything that you owe. Now, I work with a credit repair company. I don't normally advise my clients this because you can come in, there could be a lot of collections on there. But the reason why I say you can pay off a collection, let's just say a medical bill, is $57. You owe them. And for the most part, these companies know you owe them. You know you owe them. I know you owe them. It's okay. But let's just say that bill is $57. It's so easy to call them, especially if you have it and say, hey, let me go ahead and pay what I owe. So then that way you guys remove it from my report. And once you pay it, for the most part, medical bills, they're over in like 30 days. I mean, they take it off in 30 days. Now, if it's another company, you make sure to let them know, hey, I'm going to clear my debt with y'all, but I need for y'all to send me an email or a letter stating that you're going to remove it from my report. This is very important because sometimes when you pay companies, you know, you give them their little cho-chos, they get a little happy and they want to honor their word. What they do, they go in your credit report and they put paid in full or zero. No, Johnny, we're not doing this today. You know what you're going to do, Johnny, from the electricity company that I owed money from? Now I paid you off. You're going to remove it from my report. Why? Because you hurt my credit. That's a hack. So take all of those as hacks. Now, a good way to keep the hacks going is to stay out the trap house. These are credit traps. Not a lot of them, but apply them. You can't hack up if you trapping. We ain't getting trapped nowhere. We can't even get trapped by the enemy. We got God. So don't get your credit trapped. I'm trying to joke, trying to make y'all laugh. Don't get trapped. But a credit trap. Paying bills or loans late. That's a no-no. No, you cannot do that. Now, if you have contacted the company and say, hey, I need a deferred payment or something like that, that's absolutely fine. If you can't afford to pay something at that time, please call these companies and let them know, hey, especially with the way that everything is going right now, man, tell them, look, I don't got everything right now. But can we do something? Because you know what, when they start to post it as a late payment, it goes against you. Another thing, avoid credit cards in the mail, ladies. I'm talking to you. Yeah, whoever you are that's looking directly back at me. Avoid the credit cards in the mail. And for those that are real professional, check your emails all the time, keep scrolling. Delete, delete, delete. You do not need those credit cards. I don't care if it says, hey, you were pre-approved for $5,000, because you know what it don't tell you is that you pre-approved. You still got to get approved to get the card on. And then what? Bam. They run your credit. Maybe you get denied. And that's another thing that you have to deal with. Cut the cards up, throw it away. Do what your granny and your mom used to say when you was little. Throw them cards away. Throw them away. Don't open it. We ain't opening no cards today. um, and don't. Another trap is not using all of your money on your card. We just talked about that. If you get a credit card, try to stay disciplined for a year, and it'll. I promise you, it'll be like a cycle, but it'll be a good cycle. Stay under 30%. It's absolutely okay. Use your card once a month. Go to the store, pump some gas, and then bam, you get credit for it. You paid on time, you used it once, and your usage is low. Another thing, paying the minimal balance on a credit card. I know that y'all done heard some people, and some of y'all probably got it set up this way with y'all cards, to where I got my card on auto pay. Okay, that's not always good. You know why? Because if you have a certain credit limit and your auto pay, let's just say every month is only pulling $30, your balance still rolls over to the next month. Then what happens? You're over your usage. That minimal auto pay is only keeping your card open. That's all that is doing. And for those of you that say, I keep my card at home, I ain't use it in like 60 days, your card about to get shut off, because they do that. If you do not use your card, they will decrease your limit. If you do not use your card, especially like 60 to 90 days, they will cut your card off. Why put yourself in that position? A credit card is meant to be used. If you use your card once a month, and if you pay it on time or before your due date, and you keep your usage down, you are getting free points. Why are y'all passing up free points because y'all scared to use the card, or because you want to use cash? That's a no-go no more. We're going to challenge ourselves to use that credit card. Otherwise, there's no point in you having a credit card. We're trying to get free points up in here, because it really is free points. The last thing, like I said, closing the credit card, that goes against you. It's revolving. Don't stop something that's revolving, that's helping you build, right? All right. So that is actually now the credit portion. I kind of sped through that. So this is a game we're gonna play, because I see the time. So I told y'all, when I teach my kids, we do like this little thing at the end, and I teach them throughout the whole time. So you can say it. I don't, you may be by your husband or your kids or something like that, but I'm gonna just shoot out some questions. I want you to answer me. So, who are your three best friends? TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. What are the two scoring systems? FICO, Vantage. Right? What is credit? Do what you say what you'll do. What's the other one? What's a low credit score? 300. What's a high credit score? 850. See, normally I go further than that, because I teach them about debit card, credit cards, the difference between the savings account, checking account, and all that. But I have about 5 minutes with y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with me. But I got something I want y'all to do real quick. I know that a lot of you guys are already entrepreneurs, and y'all are some amazing women. I follow y'all. I've bought some of your products and stuff, and so I just want us in this moment to clear all of that out. We're whatever we got going on, and this portion is called "You're a Boss Lady." We're bosses. We're bosses. And the reason why I said that, because some people don't have, they're not entrepreneurs. It's absolutely fine. You want to work a 9 to 5, that's your business. Make your money, do your thing. But in this portion, I'm gonna just kind of shoot out some questions. And if you have your pen and paper, I just want you to just do some free thinking right now. Just have fun. And so the reason why I say you're a boss lady is because I'm making you an entrepreneur right now. We're becoming business women. Hey girl. Hey girl. So on the first one, what is your product? If you could have any product to sell right now, what would it be? You know, Maybe you want to mow yards. I actually really do like mowing yards. I don't have, I think it's a pretty fun thing. Like the edge of the grass and stuff like that. But what is your product? You can even type it in. What would be a product that you would sell? Maybe you want braid hair, like Danielle. Danielle jack of all trades. She got the nail things doing and all of that. Maybe you want to I don't know. I don't know, sell earrings or something like that. So that's your product. Number two, now I told you, I know some of you are already business owners, but we're just playing a game where, this is a fairy tale pretend thing that we could turn into reality. Number two, what is the name of your business? Well, let's see. And this is a fast game. I want to mow grass. So the name of my business is the Grass Lady. I'm the Grass Lady. I cut your grass front and back, I'm the Grass Lady. And so that's a unique name because it ain't a lot of ladies cutting out grass, right? So that's my name. So what's the next one? What is your motto? I know I'm going a little fast, but you gotta be quick on your feet, because if you need to sell something to somebody and they ask you, you need to answer these questions. What's your product? Oh, I said I cut grass. What's the name? The Grass Lady. What's your motto? I got everything you need and more. So that's your motto. These are important when it comes to creating businesses, and simple questions like this and answering them is going to be very, very important when it comes to your business that is blossoming. The next question, what is your target audience? I'm mowing grass. So anybody with a house or apartment, kind of whoever got grass, that's my target. So it could be whoever, the Joneses, the Adams, Sally, Susie, Ashley, whoever. You got grass, I got a lawnmower. The next one. What is your price? What is your price for gas, Grass Lady? I mean, what is your price for grass, Grass Lady? It's a little hot outside right now in Texas, like 102. I just seen that before I went live with you guys. And so I give you a discount. I give you about $35 for the front yard. Now, if you need me to edge it, I add a little bit more onto that, but that's my price point with y'all. All right. So will you need employees? You know what? To start out, I'll do it by myself because I need to kind of build up my clientele. But, I got a few kids out that way that can become employees real fast. I got a team. This is a business we building. Listen, we got to start somewhere. So yes, I need employees. And then the last question is, how will you market it? Well, I'm going to go to Zazzle and create me some flyers because I can do that. Or I'm going to go to Canva, get me a subscription and create some flyers. I'm going to go on social media to my OWCI people and my church people I'm sorry. That came out on the screen because I know that they support. I'm going to go around the neighborhood, and just talk to some people about why their grass is higher than their kneecaps and convince them that I am the girl to cut the grass. So that is the segment. I hope you guys had fun with that portion, but I do have a treat for you guys. Now, as I stated before, I know that and hear me out when I say this. I know I've been laughing and giggling and stuff like that. I really want to make you guys really comfortable because I know credit is a very serious topic. It's really nothing to play with, and sometimes we as adults, we don't want to address it because we're embarrassed, whatever the case may be. You do not have to be embarrassed. That is no longer the place for you. So I am offering you something. I am with A Plus Credit. We're affiliated with Identity IQ. Very great company. They give you all of your credit scores. They break down the information that you need and show you what's on your report. Right now, they have a deal that's going. It's a 7-day trial for $1. I have that link. What I'm offering to you, you never have to pay me anything because I want to help you guys. And you can contact me after the show. I'll send the link to Lady Marquita. I think I say her name wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm from Texas. I don't pronounce nothing right. I'm sorry, but she's a great lady. I love her. But no, listen. So there's a link that I have for you guys. If you trust me, and it's confidential, so I don't let your information out, I would love to offer my services of pulling your credit for $1. What I do is I have you to sign up, and you can cancel it after that. It's a 7-day trial, or you can keep it. They're really good. It's $24.99 a month. But if you sign up, you give me access. I can call you on the phone while I'm pulling your information. I can tell you, these are your scores. This is what's on here. This is what needs to be done. If you have credit card open, I can tell you, hey, bring your usage down a little bit. Let me help you for free for $1. That's all you got to do. And you can cancel it after that, because we have to start somewhere. We cannot use the excuse no more that we were not taught. Unfortunately, no, fortunately, right now you are taught. And so now it is your responsibility to gather this information, so then that way you can teach other people. We can no longer have that excuse at all. So I'm challenging you to challenge me to reach out to me, so then that way I can send you that link and you don't have to be embarrassed. You're talking to a girl who scored, even I said 518, but I didn't tell y'all about the 4 that I had, the 400 score. It is nothing to be embarrassed about. You may not even have nothing on there. It could be a matter of, hey, you just need a credit card. Let me help you. We're family. You got big dreams. You got big goals. I want you guys to be able to go into a facility one day and get a purchase. What I didn't tell you that happened to me, and then I'm done, is that my credit score was at a 518. It took me a year. I got 3 credit cards in that time. My score got over a 750. Matter of fact, a 777. And because my score was so high, I went into my bank, Navy Federal, and I applied for a loan. They approved me, y'all, for $33,000, and I posted it, so y'all may have seen that. They approved me for $33,000 alone on the fact that my credit was so high. And I walked to a dealership with a check in my hand, spent $28,000 on a brand new red Honda Civic, my favorite color, with my favorite brand car. And I didn't have to come out of pocket for anything, all because I had really, really good credit. That is where you need to be. It's not enough to have cash in your pocket. We need cash and credit over here, because we the queens of credit. We got money and we got credit. But anyways, no. Thank you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this session with me.
Thank you so much, Deacon Zenobia. Man, you said so much, and it was certainly informative. One thing you said, so I work in corporate America, and so um, there are splashes of color in the various teams that I get to work with. But one thing that I have learned from my colleagues is that they are not spending their cash. They are putting everything on their credit card, and they're using their cash to pay that back. And I thought that was interesting, but I was like, there's something to that, because it is helping them in the long run to build their credit and better their credit. And so for you to say tonight that, the day is over for, spending your cash and only cash, you're onto something there. I also did have 3 things that I wanted to point out that you said that I really feel like that we can not only use to repair our credit, but just, in our walks and our endeavors with the Lord, and that we have to honor our word. And so it's not enough to just honor our word with the Lord, but we need to make sure that we're honoring our word with people as well.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned about maintaining our progress. So, we're not doing all these things to make changes and to be better and to get all these increase, and then we squander it or we lose it because we haven't put certain practices in place, or because we're unaware that we should keep, what did you say? The usage was 30%? Like,
it is.
Stop maxing out the card, like only spend. Exactly. And so we want to make sure that we are maintaining what we have built. And then the last you said was to be disciplined. And that is not always easy. And that is something that we have to always practice and work at, being disciplined, not just with our finances, but being disciplined with our time, being disciplined with that's being a good steward. And that's what God has asked us to do and called for us to do. And so, God is all of these things to us. And so this is our opportunity to be the reflection of our creation. And so this was very informative. This was very helpful, ladies. I hope that you enjoyed. And even if you already knew some of this information, it's my hope and my prayer that you would share this with young people, that you would share this with the young adults, that you would share this with some adults that are struggling in the credit area, just to make sure that we don't get stuck, and that there are more people that look like us that are flexing, as Deacon Zenobia had mentioned too, that, it's something to be able to flex when you have good credit. Okay. Yeah, so we want to flex in the credit space. I saw in the chat that a lot of you, in terms of goals, when she asked for goals, you wanted to increase your income. You wanted to purchase first, second, and third homes. You wanted to repair your credit and to pay off debt. And so I really believe that you have shared with us some tools to help help us to maintain, to start some new journeys, and to, as we are endeavoring to do, just be better all over. So thank you so much, Deacon Zenobia. Ladies, her Cash App is up. And so if you have been blessed on tonight by the information that she has shared, I want to encourage you to sow into this woman of God, as you have already been benefactors, or you've already received from the fruits of her labor and her time and all of her preparation and sharing with us on tonight. So please sow with the Cash App that's up on the screen. Deacon Zenobia, did you have anything else that you wanted to mention or promote? I would also encourage you guys to take advantage of the offer that she presented about helping you to get your credit straight and looking at your new best friends, figuring out what they're saying about you and how you can resolve some of the challenges that are out there. I think I saw a question, Deacon Zenobia, about can they cancel after they pay their $1?
So listen, I got you. So that's the thing, because it's 7 days and then it goes into $24.99. You can literally see. I'm really cool with Identity IQ. We have a great relationship with each other. But as soon as I pull the score, give you the information you need, you could call them and cancel immediately. And it's literally only $1. I guarantee that, because I deal with them all the time. I really want, so for those that really want for me to pull their credit and are ready to take that first step, just put help me. That's all you have to do. So what I can do, if you guys are not able to reach out to me, I can actually go into the comment section and I'll make sure that each one of you who has put help me, I'll inbox you, personally, and then we can go from there and see what's going on with your credit. And another thing, I don't want you guys to take this information and say, think that I'm at that place that I'm teaching you about. Even as a credit repair consultant and teaching kids, I currently still don't make the wisest decisions, which is why I can help you. So sometimes if I can't help myself, I still want to help other people. And it's a game that's going to always have to be played when it comes to credit. You're not going to always be disciplined. You're not going to always have this 850, but you're not going to always be down here either. So it's just a matter of each day, just trying again. I'm telling you from a person that still has to, manage some things and take care of some things. But whatever I can do for you guys to help you, I'm here.
Awesome. One day at a time, and give yourself grace.
Yep.
I like it. All right. Well, Deacon Zenobia, again, I want to thank you for being with us on tonight. And thank you so much for sharing. We look forward to seeing you really soon.
Yay! Love you guys.
Ladies, I have just a couple of announcements for you before we close out for the night. The first is, how many of you are planning to be in person for Convocation? Drop in the chats if you're coming, do some hearts or something so we know that you are coming. I just wanted to remind you that we are in shades of pink on Wednesday. And so wherever you find yourself on the pink spectrum, we're going to be looking for all the ladies to show up on Wednesday, all day, Wednesday evening. I will leave that up to you, but the ladies are going to be representing in pink, shades of pink, on Wednesday in Convocation if you will be in person. And even if you're not going to be in person, you'll be in virtual, you can just put on pink just because you're going to be in unification with the rest of us OWCI ladies. And then the other announcement I have for you is that we are pausing for the month of July with all of the Convocation preparation that is underway. And so we will not be having the first Thursday prayer moment, and we will not be having a Thursday build series speaker. And so you can look for both of those to start back up in August. I will solicit any ideas or topics or things that you guys would like to hear about or learn about or just be more informed on, because again, we want to build ourselves. We want to edify ourselves, not just in spirit, but also in the natural. And so we want to be practical about the things that we're presenting to you, so that you can apply them to your daily living and indeed be better daughters for God. To bless your communities and your families and your colleagues and everyone that you come in contact with. And so we'll be sending some more things out via our Facebook group for you to drop some ideas of topics if you would like, or even activities. We have heard that you guys would like to do a retreat, so we'll be talking about how we can plan something like that for next year. So stay tuned, and please be in communication with your respective women's department heads, so that they could share any information with us as well. That is all that I have for you. I love you all. I look forward to seeing you all next month. And for those that will not be in attendance, I look forward to connecting with you once we pick back up in August. God, we thank you for all that you have said, all that you have done. We thank you for how you have blessed us and made us wiser in you. We thank you that we will no longer be stuck. We thank you that we will honor our word, God, and that you will continue to be lamp and light to us on this path and on this journey to be better daughters for Christ. In Jesus' name, I love y'all. Have a great evening.